to the Podsack Podcast, where we have your boy Anil and your boy Sheldon and your boy Cooper. We're all here together having a good time.
Yeah.
Yay.
Remember, no swearing
Yeah.
for at least the first 10 minutes, boys.
We got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Come on.
We can keep it clean. We can do this.
It's just no hard.
We're grown men.
We are grown
we're
men.
excited.
We're adults.
We get excited.
Should be able to
We
do
get
this.
excited about
Excited
things.
and it's too hard.
Yes.
We are back for another week.
Another week.
Uh,
No Andre or Pat because Pat got married.
Pat got married last night.
So he's chilling.
Yeah.
Andre had to go to work.
Loser.
So it's us three today. It's a Brown Boy Coup.
Yep.
That's what's
Brown Boy
happening.
Group.
Before I forget, we do have that giveaway that we're doing for the 100th episode. Apparently, there's going to be more pops coming.
Apparently.
I thought it was going to be mostly like Chase's special editions, but Coop added in a regular one for some reason, so that's cool.
Hey, leave me alone. I gave a Tanjiro and a Nezuko. They were the two that I bought together because it's Tanjiro and Nezuko.
Yeah. And they're the cheapest ones that he's buying.
No, that
No.
one is actually worth
That
something.
one's worth
Now
something.
it is.
The Tanjiro with the dragon, the special edition, that one's worth something.
Nezuko's cool, I guess.
Nezuko's the cheapest one out of
Probably.
this.
That makes
Anyways,
sense.
100th episode, but people got to be commenting on our videos and liking.
Yeah. The person who comments and likes the most in the next couple months.
If you just drop a comment on one video, it's not we're probably not going to count it. To be honest with you.
There's one guy who is beating the pack, but that does not mean other people can't catch up because you will have a better chance if you are higher, if you comment more, but that doesn't mean you don't have a chance if you only comment once.
Correct.
You just have a less of a chance.
Correct.
So we're gonna throw all those all into like a random number generator at the end of this, and we will see who wins it. But right now, Nav is taking the lead.
Yes.
Please like, comment, and subscribe so you guys can win these cool pops right here.
Right here.
Make them funny too.
What do you mean?
Like the comments.
Oh yeah. You can make fun of us. Please make fun of us. It makes
Don't
my
make fun
day
of me.
better.
I'm gonna cry.
Don't do this weird bot stuff that I saw in one of the comments talking about goddamn cryptocurrency. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
We know that's some bullcrap bot stuff, so we ain't even gonna count that.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yes. Anyways, how was your boys' week?
It was pretty good, pretty chill. Actually, it was kind of busy. I mean, last night, me and you, we were at
Pat's wedding.
wedding.
Yep.
That was fun. That was long. It was a long time. I felt like we were together for like 12 hours, and that's like excessive.
That was a pretty excessive time. Yeah. Yeah. You came over at like 1-ish. Andre came over at like 12, and then we took off from there. Yeah, we took off from there and sat through the whole wedding ceremony.
Yep.
The wedding ceremony took like 10 minutes.
It wasn't 10 minutes, but it was short. It was like, I think it was an hour.
Was it?
Yeah.
To a brown person,
it was about an hour.
just to a brown person.
To a
that's like
brown
10 minutes.
person, that's quick because usually the ceremony is about 4 to
Forever.
5 months.
My
You're
lifetime.
sitting there.
I died and came back to life.
Yeah.
Legs are crossed. They're just dying, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, when is this guy?"
Yeah, this was much quicker.
Yes.
But it was about an hour
Yeah.
for the ceremony or for the whole for them to actually get married and do all that, and then pictures and all that, and talking and gathering and
It was
stuff
sweet.
like that. It was sweet. It was
Pat
very
did a little poem,
Yeah.
which was kind of
it
endearing.
was very endearing.
Very endearing.
Yeah, I liked that poem.
Yeah.
It was cute.
You know, when they said they had speeches, I thought it'd be longer for some reason.
Well, Anna's was like decent. It was like probably a couple, maybe a paragraph and a half.
Yeah.
and maybe a
It
paragraph.
felt like 3 sentences.
Really?
That's what I felt like. I don't know. Maybe.
But Pat was just like it was basically a haiku.
I wrote a poem, or there was a poem. He read that, and it was like, that was it.
That was it. It was a very
It was endearing.
it was
It's nice to know that he has emotions, and he can put them on
he
paper.
prefaced it with like him being the loner type and him not
him
wanting
being
to
an
be
introvert.
him being an introvert, but
Yeah.
she's the only person that he wants to be around. So it was kind of like that kind of vibe, but very very cute. We love you, Pat. We are happy for you, you and Anna. We hope you
Congratulations,
guys
you two.
have fun on your honeymoon and all that
Hopefully,
kind of stuff.
it'll last longer than 6 months, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
That is true.
I'm just bugging. But yeah, after that, they had reservations at a Greek restaurant at like 5, but we kind of just hung around for a couple hours and went from there. And yeah, it was good.
It was good.
night.
Then we came back to your place and we watched the other last mission.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I was in and out.
Yeah, I know you were in.
I was like,
I was fully in. No, I knew you were. He was half. Yeah, he was exactly like that. I just saw his head moving back and forth like every 5 minutes. Back. But
On the brink of nowhere. I'm still watching the movie.
I will say, the from start to finish.
I think we need to watch it again.
You need to watch it again. I know everything beat for beat from the beginning.
It's like I don't need to watch it again.
I was like, no, I definitely don't.
Okay. No. Maybe we get like me and Anil or me and Andre to watch it, and then this way we can then do a full review on that movie.
Fair enough.
Because the action scenes were pretty dope.
It's the first half.
Yeah.
The first half of the movie. The latter half,
Prime Netero was
dope.
So dope.
Right in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is the conversation we keep having about like Miriam versus Netero, and we're just like, Prime Netero, take Miriam. Oh, I hope that was 10 minutes. That probably wasn't 10 minutes. Damn it.
You failed it.
I screwed it.
You failed it, my dude.
At least it lasted longer.
It's okay. I know.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Oh,
we're sorry, Pat. We're giving you more work. But yeah, it was honestly, it was way better than the first one. I'll say that. Huh?
On his honeymoon, he'll have to edit this.
Yeah, he will have to edit this. It was way better than the last one. Way better. Like actually, it is an enjoyable movie. I would say like from start to finish, it's a good movie. The last one's kind of rough with all the plot holes and all the issues. This one just felt fluid. Other than the major plot holes at the end of it, it was
they probably learned.
Yeah, they learned what we want, which was like the really extended fight with Gon and Killua in the middle. There's like a 20-minute fight that keeps cutting back and forth between Killua and Gon and that big dude.
Yeah, I remember
and
you
that
saying
thing
this.
was dope, dude. The animation was so. That was I think my favorite animation of Gon outside of his rage moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
no, it's that good. Dude.
Interesting.
Like the Jonkan rocks are, and by the way, he throws out everything. He does paper, scissors, and rock all in order.
I have an idea now. You've seen the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, right?
Yeah. No, he hasn't.
No, not Broly. I haven't watched Broly. I watched the
superheroes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to watch the Broly movie.
Okay.
And then I think there's an IP. If you have the IP box, Dragon Ball Broly, the original one is on there, and it's got like the original rock, like the original, not the Japanese soundtrack, but the American soundtrack.
Okay, yeah.
I want you to watch that as well with us.
Okay.
And I want to see your review on the original Broly story.
Yeah.
And the Super Broly story.
Okay. I'm down to do that. I'm always looking for this is why I'm watching Daima with you guys, is because like I can give you guys honest opinions on this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
From somebody who's not a Dragon Ball fan and really hasn't watched much.
Doesn't know anything about Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
really.
I'm coming into this blind. Like I know the story, but like I've never watched it myself, right? Like I don't know the inter connectivity between and the relationships between characters and stuff like that. I just know of these characters, their powers, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I think that's the way to go on that then.
So yeah, that would be fun.
On those two movies and be like, what? They're two different origins.
Exactly. Yeah.
I would like to. Yeah, I could do that, and then I can tell you which one's better.
Which one you like better? That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. How's your week?
That was all right.
Yeah.
I just worked, but like,
worked.
It wasn't really work because we had nothing to do. So I sat around on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was off by 1.
Wow.
12:45.
Oh. Okay.
Thursday, I was done by 11:30. Then
It's
Friday,
slow season.
I was done by 10:30.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lose my job. That's the best part. I've been in this company for 2 years, so nothing's gonna happen to me. There's another guy who's gonna get fired though.
Jesus, just call it out.
I'm so happy.
Oh my god,
I'm so happy.
That's too funny, man.
No, yeah, it's so slow right now.
Yeah,
There's no work anywhere.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Wife went to the Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, okay.
She did.
Yeah.
The Eras tour.
How was that?
Apparently it was lit.
Well, I mean,
legit lit. Like,
was there like
Shake
how
It
many
Off came on
There was I loved the memes, by the way. The memes that were going around on Reels. It was like, it was that scene from The Bear that you showed us
the
last
Cactus
night.
Club meme?
Yeah, the Cactus Club meme.
Oh,
it's
that's
like
the best one.
Getting ready
frozen bellinis
and yam fries. And he's like,
"Get off my Expo chef!" It's sad that's how well people know Vancouver. Cactus Club, Bellini, yam fries.
Dude, even
so
Drake,
predictable, Vancouver.
No, the thing is, even Drake did it. When he came here for his tour, he commented on like he went to Cactus, and I think he told the waitresses, like, get me one of those blinis that everyone talks about.
Yeah.
So
it's what Vancouver is known for the food scene now.
Well, no, it's
Cactus Club, Bellinis, and yam fries.
No. There's that for food, and then the rest of us, we're just known for like the mountains and Whistler, and then all of the homeless people on East Hastings. That's what we're known for. Every single time somebody comes here, they always make a comment.
That's wild.
Those people out on the streets, like, they're just campers.
Yeah, they're just campers.
That's what I tell. What I tell all the
spawn camping.
They're like, I remember when Tyler the Creator came here. He was on stage and he looked to the crowd and he's like, "Yo, BC's a wild place because I'm looking out, there's these beautiful mountains, this beautiful landscape, these trees and these beautiful colors. I turn around and there's a street of crackheads right down the road." Like, he's not wrong. Like, he's actually, that is truth. He is spitting facts.
Fair. I feel like there's a few cities that kind of have that too.
That's like, true, but it's pretty apparent here because it's right next to like all the really nice stuff.
That's fair. Okay. That's good though.
Yeah.
So your week was pretty meh.
Yeah.
Week.
Yeah, I feel that.
All right. Well, we have some anime stuff to get into.
Yeah, speaking of anime stuff, just want to kind of go back to Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
He's on hiatus again. Takashi's on hiatus again.
He's on hiatus.
I tried to find to see because you said it might be surgery, but I haven't seen
surgery that.
I haven't seen anything that confirmed that though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently there was. I'll find it, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
But
because I guess episode 40 or chapter 408 is 409 is going to be the
last one.
Yeah, and then he's on hiatus again.
Indefinite hiatus.
Yeah, we thought he was all
5 more years and we're gonna get another like 10 chapters. Let's go.
We're gonna be like 80 by the time this thing finishes.
I can't.
A new chapter's coming out in 20 hours.
Yeah, chapter
410.
Oh, is it 410? Oh, maybe he did do a handful before he went back.
Yeah, maybe he did. I don't know. It said he was going on indefinite hiatus. I did read that. I don't know exactly when that's happening. But yeah, maybe 410 is the last episode or last chapter. Sorry.
Yeah.
That he's doing before this indefinite hiatus. But it is sad because we just want to.
It's such an abusive relationship, man.
It is.
I swear to God.
Yeah. We
get excited for when it comes back.
You know what's crazy? I think they have enough chapters to do a season.
They have more than enough chapters.
Maybe.
To do like
2-3 seasons.
Yeah, they could probably do 2-3. Yeah, there's a good amount.
There's a lot.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like since the last episode, remember that the last episode is in the what is it? The president, the debate, the voting candidate,
you mean where Gon meets his dad on the World Tree?
Bang. Yeah, that's the last season. That's the last season of. That's a long time ago.
True, but those chapters, like, not too like stuff happens, but I feel like they need to finish it and then they can do an anime.
It's too much talking right now.
Yeah, they need to. It's a lot of scheming going on in this new arc. Like a lot of scheming.
So just a lot of setup for things that are coming.
Yeah,
down the line. Yeah.
There hasn't been too much fighting. There's been a couple big fights and a few people have died. Like, yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Heavy spoilers.
But I'm not going to go into who because you want
I haven't read it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the anime because I love the anime too much.
Yeah. So I'd rather have them finish this arc and then go from there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyways, you wanted to bring up a top 3 episode thing.
I did. There is some anime episodes that have aired this year that have garnered some attention from us and the anime community. And these are some of the highest rated episodes of 2024. There's some 3 notable ones, which are in the top spot for best episode so far this year. Obviously, that can change. We still have a couple more episodes of Bleach. We still have a couple more episodes of Dandadan. We still have a couple more episodes of Daima before that year ends, and we don't know what is going to take that top spot.
Yeah,
you never know.
No.
Daima might come out of nowhere, and the second Tamagami fight might be the greatest episode of all time.
Probably.
We don't know.
Because people highly rated that Tamagami episode like a 9 point.
It was on. Yeah, it was up here. So the top 3 that have got these 9.8 ratings are Demon Slayer season 4 episode 8, the Hashira Unite Muzan Michael Jackson episode Moonwalking Through the World. That amazing art that was going on there. We have Dandadan, which episode 7 just came out very, very recently. We talked about this earlier a few episodes ago.
Which one was episode 7 again?
That was the Silky, Acrobatic Silky.
Oh, yes.
Acrobat.
The Mastercraft episode.
Yes, exactly.
I'm surprised it wasn't higher than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it would have been pumped up to like a 9.9 or a 10.
Yeah, I don't know. It's sitting at 9.8 right now. That might also be because of things we also talked about that episode where it's like it contextually feels different than the rest of the season.
It did, yeah.
You know, that can factor into some ratings, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
And then the most recent one, which just aired last week. Was it last week? Must have been last week. Was Kiraku's Bankai.
Yep.
Bleach. 1,000 Year Blood War Part 3.
I mean, that was
episode 9.
I felt like his thing doing the Bankai was a long time coming and people were excited for that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me. We've been wanting to know what the hell his Bankai was for the longest time, and we finally got it.
Yeah.
So
there is.
And that was a Chad episode too, man.
It was.
That was his moment where he was like, "I'm too strong."
Uh-huh. You guys need to leave.
Yeah.
No, it was a crazy cool episode. Now in 9.7, there's actually some interesting ones, and I want to get your opinions on after.
Okay.
But from those top 3, which ones are you guys going with? What's on your mind, Anil? Who you think takes the top spot for this year?
I would say Bleach just because of like I love Shunsui. But like story wise, I would have to put the Dandadan.
So, but who is it? Who out of those?
If you had to choose one,
I would have.
It's so hard. This is a very difficult question. I will give them that. These top 3
it's hard because
all have their own respective elements that make them like why they're up there.
I would do Dandadan.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Just because the story was so touching. And like you don't see that a lot in animes now.
Yep.
You always see cool fight scenes, but like you never see like a story that's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Especially in such a short moment.
Yeah.
It always plays out in like big arcs. And then the ending is always there, but you never see in like a 20-minute thing where like, oh my God.
Yeah. Fair enough. For that sake, if from start to finish, if I'm talking about, it's tough because you are right where it's like, okay, animation wise, I think I would give it to. Are
you feeling
Demon
torn
Slayer.
Because you love Bleach more than Dandadan?
I'm feeling
I
torn.
think so.
No, I'm feeling torn because I think that the best animation is actually in Demon Slayer, and then I actually think the best story is in Dandadan. But I also think my hype for Bleach makes me want to choose
What was the
Bleach.
episode for Demon Slayer again?
It's the Muzan episode.
Oh yeah,
the crazy episode, the one that goes. It's an hour long you have 10 minutes of Muzan just walking, and then everything
it blows up.
It just blows up. Everything goes crazy. All that stuff happens.
Okay,
it was I think it was. It's hard to say, but it might be one of the best. Like visually, one of the best ones here. It's between that and Dandadan. Dandadan definitely has a better story in terms of those two, I would say. But Kiraku's Bankai is legendary.
Yeah, that could, okay. Like, yeah, the Muzan thing was pretty good, I will say. Like him walking in, talking, the whole blow up scene was pretty decent. I don't know. I think I have to give it to Dandadan too, though, man.
Really,
the number one.
Okay.
Like, I really love Bleach. I probably would have given it to Bleach, but that episode hit. That episode hit on all the right cylinders, man. From like the fight, the talking with Silky, her sacrificing herself, to showing Silky's past and the way they animated it. the choreography with her dancing, the music that went along with it, the flashbacks of her and her daughter. I don't know, man. Like everything about that episode just hit. And I'll say it again. I call it a mastercraft episode. That's what I truly believe. Like that episode was a mastercraft episode. They hit every function right, man.
Yeah, I would say and this is where I think we actually all have a unanimous decision, because I do want to say Dandadan, and the only reason I want to say that is because from start to finish, I said that episode is nearly perfect.
Yeah,
that's why, like, if I'm not thinking of the rest of the season and I'm taking it purely as an episode, it has to be Dandadan.
Yeah,
and it's
like I would have said Bleach if it was anything else because I'm biased.
It's
like
true.
That's
why I was like, oh, it's gonna be Bleach.
And I've admitted on here before that I'm 100% biased when it comes to Bleach, but I'm giving it to Dandadan this time.
I have to give it to Dandadan this time.
Like Kirikou doing his Bankai was cool as shit.
It's legendary.
Yeah, because we've been waiting for that.
And the thing is, if I'm actually to factor in, the thing is, if I'm to factor these into the season, it goes to Bleach. Like it's not even close.
No,
because Dandadan's story is good, but that episode in particular is peak. It's just a very high spike, whereas the rest of it's good, but I wouldn't put it at that level. And that Demon Slayer season was dog.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
No, it was just that episode. So again,
it was a training arc, right?
If we're talking about episodes in particular, I think it has to be Dandadan because I think it's the best episode. But if we're to actually look at, zoom out a little bit, it's Bleach.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, that's fair.
I agree. Yeah. So Dandadan, number one.
Yeah. Dandadan, number one.
In our opinion.
Yeah.
That 9.8 rating?
Because you can show that episode to like a person who doesn't watch anime and just be like, look, at this just one episode in particular.
And they'll probably be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They would,
But if you show like someone that
Bleach,
episode of Bleach
or Demon Slayer.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, okay, this just looks like a regular anime.
But if you tried to start somebody from the first episode of Dandadan, and the first episode of Demon Slayer, and the first episode of this season of Bleach.
Yeah, then
like each season.
Then you go, they'll be like, oh, we'd rather watch Bleach.
Exactly. Because it was
more on a stake.
It is just cooler.
Yeah.
Right? It is just the cooler anime.
Yeah.
And also, Dandadan's got a really weird plot line from the beginning.
Yeah, it does. There are four episodes that reign in at 9.7, and some of them are pretty interesting. I don't think any of us have watched Mushoku Tensei.
I have no idea what that is.
So that one, there is an episode that has 9.7, but we haven't watched it, so we're not going to comment on it. I know, Anil, you watch One Piece?
No, I've seen the clips and everything.
Okay, so 2 episodes from One Piece are actually right below that at 9.7. It's Shanks versus Kid and Garp's Galaxy Impact.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable.
That Galaxy Impact one, I think that was the one where they had the dap up in between the transitions of the fight. So because I watched that clip, I think it's the same kid who did the animation for JJK.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so I guess Garp and who was it? I don't know who they did.
Garp's Galaxy Impact and Shanks versus Kid.
No, like who he was fighting.
Kainu.
Oh, who was fighting?
Oh my god, it was the ice dude.
It was like Eustace or something. I don't know. Anyways, they went to go do like a fist clash thing.
And they did
between frames.
They did the dap.
There was a dap up like from the Marvel.
I don't watch One Piece and I saw it.
I was like, that's kind of fire.
It was kind of fire.
I was like, that's kind of fire, dog.
That kid, honestly, kind of a genius.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him.
I was reading the comments and people were like, "This wasn't in the manga. Why did they even put it around?" I'm like, shut up.
Sick.
Learn to appreciate some shit that they're doing, man.
Yeah.
They gotta add something in there, make it look dope, and that was a dope little callback for whatever the history was.
Same thing that we're watching with Bleach. Like they're adding so much stuff that's like, damn, dude.
100%, man.
And there's one episode that I thought was interesting because I think that this episode could be a 9.8. It is the My Hero Academia season 7 episode 19. I Am Here. That is the
when All Might goes in.
Not All Might. It was the Shoto versus his brother.
Oh yeah,
the Shoto versus his brother episode.
That's a good fight.
So that one was rated at 9.7, and I was like, man, that's a tough one because that one was beautifully done. Do you guys think that one should be in the
It could be
top?
the running.
Do you think any of those should be in the top?
I thought the family fighting would have been higher up, to be honest with you.
I thought it would be a 9.8.
Well, at 9.6, there is another episode from My Hero Academia. It's actually Light Fades Terrain, which is episode 11, where Bakugo takes his fall.
That one was good too.
That one was good.
I'm surprised that wasn't rated higher, but I can see the One Piece. I think that One Piece Galaxy Impact thing even though I don't watch One Piece, I thought that shit was pretty tight. So I'd give it to that.
Yeah, the 9.6 for the Shanks versus the kid. That one makes sense too.
We have a couple more 9.6s from this show called Kingdom S. It's either season 5 or S5. I don't know if that's I think that means season. So Kingdom season 5. I've never watched Kingdom. I don't think any of us have. I've never heard of it. So I'm surprised it's just this highly rated. But
they're supposed to be anime fans.
Hold on.
Heard about Kingdom? It's got season 5.
Kingdom. But then it's just One Piece.
It's because their animation style has gotten better.
And then at 9.5, we have an episode of Bleach, which was Hado 90, the Aizen episode, which was dog.
Cool.
So those are the top rated anime episodes of this year. Let us know what yours are down below in the comments. What are you guys thinking about this?
Yeah,
I think it's a cool conversation to have with you and your friends. So have this conversation with us in the comment section down below.
Word.
We have some anime stuff beyond that to talk about.
Let's
some
get
episodes.
Let's get into Dragonball Daima a little bit. Let's start with Daima because we coming off the Tamagami fight, which was really, really fun, really good, really well animated. Choreography was sick as hell.
Yeah.
And this is a solid episode.
Yeah, but this week's episode was a little bit more fun. It was
cutesy.
It was It actually went down how I thought it would go down. So they were kind of like carrying the Dragon Balls to this new place, and people were kind of eyeing them. They were like, "Oh, Spiky Kid, Dragon Ball, that's the guy they defeated." I was like, "Oh, they're gonna steal a Dragon Ball, and it's gonna be a little chase factor." And that's exactly what happened. This bird demon thing and this shape-shifting demon guy plotted to steal the Dragon Ball, which they did. They got away. Goku chased them down, slapped them around a little bit, got the Dragon Ball back, and we're like, okay. And then we get to see Vegeta and the crew.
Yep.
Yeah, they scrap it.
A few things happened in between. The episode there wasn't a lot that happened. I would feel like there was a lot.
It was like another build up kind of.
It was another build up.
There was
a
lot happening.
Yeah,
but not a lot happened.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
a good way to put it.
That is the perfect way to put it. There was a lot happening.
Yourself.
It was like a bridge episode.
It was a lot of.
They crossed one road, and then fix this. There you go. And then the next road is the other adventure that's gonna be going on.
Yep.
I got scared.
They did set. This was a full setup episode because it goes on and Vegeta and it's Vegeta, Bulma, and Piccolo are the three that actually came down. And so they meet up with Goku, and then Goku's like, "Okay, well, we can't fit you on our ship, so
deuces. I want to go fight the Tamagamis, and you guys can go try to fight King Goma."
And of course, Vegeta's pissed,
and
he's like, "That bastard!"
And they're like, "You guys can't throw out anything." And they're like, "Nope, we need our tent."
Yeah. What do you want to be wet and sleep? Come on, figure it out, bud.
Yeah, we can't sleep inside the ship that we currently are in. We need the tent.
Yep.
By the way, haven't used the tent once. They've been in hotels
and
the whole
caves
time
and stuff. Yeah, man, it's been okay. Don't really need a tent,
exactly.
They were just making excuses.
It's
Goku was
100%.
making excuses because he wanted to fight the Tamagamis on his own, and Vegeta knows this because he got pissed.
Yeah,
he was a little upset,
and even Piccolo calls it out. He's like, this guy's got a bad habit.
And if you're wondering why they needed a ride, is because their ship got stolen by some bandits that Vegeta beat the shit out of when he was trying to eat his burger.
Yep, there was a weird 20-second clip of him just punching them, and then they died, and then and they were in a nightclub apparently, and then after that, right after that scene happens, they get ambushed.
Yeah, by the same people.
And then Vegeta,
a couple new people.
Yeah, and
there was a horse.
There was a horse with boxing gloves.
It was the BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, it was literally BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, and he beat the crap out of them, and then they got their ship back.
Yep.
After Goku and them took off.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, that was short lived.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
it goes into
what happens after that?
It goes into Goma and Degetsu.
Degetsu.
Oh yeah, that's like at the very end of the episode.
Then it goes to Degetsu. Then he's on the phone. Then Goma finds out that Goku guys are all
together.
in the demon world, and he's like, "Oh, god damn it!"
Not again. More of them.
Then after that, it goes into Erensu with Marba, and then that's when we find out that Marba is actually the one who has the Saiba.
She's a weapons dealer.
Yeah, she's
an arms dealer.
She's a Cyberman. She also has Cyberman.
She makes the Majins. She makes the Cybermans.
Yeah.
She's literally an arms dealer.
She's
crazy.
basically El Chapo.
She means she's probably met Frieza.
Probably.
Can you think about this for a second? She's selling arms across realms to different realms. She is like, she's basically like the Narcos. She's like full blown, like just sending drugs and everything. She's like, take these elite killing weapons in your realm and just pay me for them. That's crazy.
She has
That's across
access
state
to the
lines.
other universes then.
Maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Well, she said outsiders, so we don't necessarily know whether that means
Outside means like just their universe or the other universes. That makes sense.
what? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know where.
And then they put the Cyberman seed in this little pot.
As a base.
Yeah,
as the
as
base
this
of the pot that we found out has Majin Buu's
Essences.
essence.
Essence.
Majin Buu's, and they said other Majins. I think they said like
Other monsters.
Other monsters.
monsters.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Because that's what the Cybermen were monsters. And then the lady goes 5 centimeters in, pops it in, and then gets that gross water, that shiny water, pours it, and then he grows out, and then out comes Majin Ku.
Yeah, they called him Majin Ku.
Majin Ku.
And he started
Toriyama
off
did not become creative with that name.
We joked that because it was blue liquid, it was going to be Majin Blue, but it was
Well, we're
actually
close.
Majin Ku.
Ku. He just replaced the B with a K, dude.
It was less impressive than mine.
And it
Because at
also-
least I added a letter.
And it also talks, like it understands.
Yeah, it actually has sentience, which
Yeah.
is interesting right off the bat. It looks like a Cyberman, for sure.
It looks like Frieza's face on a Cyberman's body.
Yes. Well, what we were talking about.
Shenron's lips.
Yeah, so there's in G2 the
Or
Shadow
Nova's
Dragons. There's Ice Shenron and
Nova.
Nova Shenron, and the face, that facial portion, looks exactly like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what if he looks like a dragon? Like what if he looks like a Shenron? Like a Sin Shenron, but without the when he transforms. Because we obviously know this is just his first form.
Well, we don't know for sure, but I have a feeling it will, because people right now are shitting on this form of whatever this Majin is.
Well, the crazy part is Marba does send him on his first mission.
Arensu said and sends him. Marba is the
Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah. What's her name? Sorry.
Arensu.
Eren Sorry. You got him.
Yeah.
You got the names. Eren sends him on his first mission,
yeah, and he's
which is to defeat the first Tamagami.
Yeah.
if that happens, that'd be sad.
So and then Marba's like, that's going to be his first mission. And Erensu's like, well, if you can't do it, he's useless.
Which is fair.
Fair.
Because Marba even said that creating Majin Buu was a fluke,
Mhm.
and with him being as strong as he was, the entire demon realm was afraid of
Yeah.
Majin Buu. So,
Yep.
curious to see how this is going to throw down.
And curious to see what his powers are. 'cause
Maybe
it doesn't look like he's
you know
obsessed
what
with
I'm
chocolate.
thinking is because they used a Cyberman as a base. Cybermen aren't that strong.
No, but
They're not that strong. They just have the essences and other monsters, but Cybermen are weak.
yeah,
Like,
but that's where the
weak.
Majin Buu essence comes from, right?
Maybe. I have a feeling it's gonna fail, and they'll go back to the drawing board and they'll make a new one using something stronger. That's what I think.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Or he'll come back stronger. And it'll be the same Majin, and they'll just repair him. Or they'll put another seed in him.
Because she only had 2 left, and
Yeah.
she was wanting to use both, and RNC was like, "No, what if this one fails?"
Yeah.
True. Very true.
And yeah, what if we can't control it?
Yeah, that was the other
Could you
one.
imagine it just goes to the first Tamagami and dies? It's like just that whole
Just
plot.
one punch.
Yeah, that
Just
whole
one punch.
plot is just killed.
And they're like, "Oh, I guess
a
we'll have
moment.
to create another one now."
Or he does kill him, and then they
which is
fight
most
for
likely the case.
They fight for the
The 2-star.
Yeah.
or the 1-star.
Yeah, they'll go up against each other for the 1-star, and then
I could see that being.
that'll
a thing.
be the next plot point, I think. But
Which would
yeah,
be too bad, because I would have liked to see all 3 Tamagamis fight.
Yeah.
You know, like
So-
actually fight.
so far, this episode I give a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah,
It
6.6.
was There was a good amount.
Dave Portnoy with your pizza bites. Chill with your 6.6s.
You all know the rules. One bite.
God damn.
It's solid 3+3. And it's only that because I think Vegeta did have some cool fight, like that short fight. There was some cool scenes in it. That's the only reason I'm bumping it up from a 5.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're kind of with this one, and now Vegeta entering the fray and Piccolo. They're playing catch up with Goku now, so they're giving them their little bouts against the henchmen.
Exactly.
And maybe he'll end up fighting Majin Ku or like the 2-star Tamagami at some point, or I don't know, who knows.
Maybe he fights the 2-star Tamagami, and then they fight Majin Ku.
Maybe they go cool. Fusion.
Maybe. Ooh, that'd be cool.
Well, we don't
Fusion
know
bug.
Yeah.
Eat it.
They did set that up.
True that.
They did set that up. So
True
we'll
that.
see what happens. What would you guys give this episode? Yeah, no, you said 6.6. What do you
give it a 7.
You a 7?
Yeah, it was a 7. Yeah, it was just a fun little episode.
Yeah, they had their comedy moments, like when Goku was on Night Patrol.
I will say I love the wide open shots of the areas like that they're going to, like these little islands. They're always very detailed.
Yeah, he's always been like that.
And they always have like there's like small, I don't know, when they were zooming out, there was like small windows, little porches like built into the side with like lights shining out. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. There's little like little things that are going on, details that you now you're like looking at this area and you're like, oh, how does that all work? Cool.
The world building for this has been really cool.
It has.
Like, it's seeing like that they're actually going to different places. It doesn't feel the same over and over. Namek kind of felt like that a little bit, you know.
Yeah, Namek.
It just kind of felt the same all around.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It felt like he learned off of because after Namek, everything was just more detailed.
It was different locations, different spots. Yeah, Namek felt like it was just
like the Cell games, even though they're in that same area, it was ever changing.
Yeah. So I mean, when we get you to watch Dragon Ball Z, you'll notice like, oh, Namek's just kind of the same everywhere. Yeah, it was very boring layout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I will say that about that.
Okay.
I can be critical of my favorite anime.
7 out of 10. No, that's fair. I mean, it's from your view. It is a 7 because obviously you have that background of it. For me, looking at it objectively, yeah, I'd say it's like a 6. But
actually, yeah, like 7.5. Because what I did like about this was when they showed Goku trying to stand guard during the night was he's literally acting like a child, which I don't understand. Because he is a grown man, but I guess he's just fitting the role. So he was like shadow boxing and like falling asleep, trying to keep his eyes wide open like kids do and stuff.
And there's more trinkets in here for you, I find, for fans, because they're building on like the fact that she was the Cyberman dealer. Right, these are all obviously they're shoehorned in a sense, right? Like they are shoehorned into this, but like they are little trinkets of knowledge that do kind of fit as well into this story that can fit in certain ways.
I feel like he definitely did write this for his his old school fans, 100%.
Yeah,
you know, and I know there are people out there that are shitting on because it's not another Super, and they wanted to progress the story with that, but like, guys, just have fun with this. Like, we don't need to be overcritical with everything that we do, but for any long-standing series, realistically, you know, like I've seen it happen with Star Wars and like Indiana Jones, things like that.
I think the problem being is so many people now, like they'll look at it's because right now, especially, we're looking at this time when we have Bleach airing, we have Dandadan airing, where we have episodes like all the episodes we just talked about earlier, where like these are peak, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they're expecting from this. And you are right. You shouldn't go into this expecting that. You don't go into a Disney film expecting Matthew McConaughey to pop out and make it amazing, right?
True.
You gotta just go into it expecting it to be a Disney movie. And if you look at it from that lens, like we're looking at Dragon Ball Daima from that lens, you can see that it's not that bad.
No, it's a
fun
really
romp.
Not. Yeah. Like if you want to call it a kid's show, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. It 100% is.
It's meant for like an older generation that has kids to be like, hey, let's sit down, we'll watch this fun show.
This is great for kids and parents. Like if your son is like 4 or 5, he'll love this.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun. Like it's just kids going around like fighting, and it's
an adventure.
It's an adventure. Exactly. You feel like you're on an adventure. So it is good for that fact.
Yeah.
Right. And I would recommend people, if you're interested, it's a fun show.
100%.
But I say we get into some Dandadan.
Dandadan was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too
It
bad.
was-
It was a cute episode. This was a really cute episode.
It was a really cute episode.
This was another come down episode. Like it was like
It was a rom-com episode.
yeah.
It was a rom-com episode.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too bad. You know, we get the continuation of what had happened last week, which was like
Where they were running butt naked down the hall.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And there's
then we
lots
get
of
their
references
reactions
to it.
to how they felt
Yep.
being grossed out.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then we meet this new character, the nurse queen.
Queen
And I
Sensei.
needed to. This is what I was telling you about. I have. She has awakened something.
Of course
she's
she
my
did.
new waifu, dude.
Of course you did.
I'm sorry, Seiko. Make
Gross.
room, Queen Sama.
Hands are so
I'm
warm.
in.
I know.
I'm
So
in.
love this.
She's everything to me.
She was like she's like a dominatrix at a school,
Yeah.
and
She
she's a
whips
nurse.
out the virus out of you.
Oh my god! And she was
I'm
started
into
whipping
it.
some old bald dude afterwards. I
Yep.
was like,
Cooper was like, I wish that was
what
me.
is this?
Yeah. No, I was picturing myself in his position.
And he's like, grab me. Spank me.
Spit on me.
That's so- it just felt unnecessary.
A lot of the things are unnecessary.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's gotten bad. Like some of the Instagram reels I get now are just women degrading me.
What?
Like you're a good boy, and then they'll spit on their camera, and I'm like, oh, double tap.
Where did this go?
What? Anyways, Dandadan.
Damn. That's disgusting.
The three of them start to have a conversation about what went down. She asks ISA. No, is it ISA? Ira.
Ira?
Momo asked Ira, when did you start doing your oversoul stuff?
Yeah.
And she was like, literally in that heat of battle, like never activated it before.
Yep.
And then she kind of takes off. And so it's just her and Okarun. And Okarun finally tells it, like, she finally is willing to sit down and hear the truth from Okarun.
Yep.
I'm like, maybe you should have done that from the get-go instead of
Well, yeah,
overreacting.
you'd be upset. It's been like from that point, it's legitimately been like 2 hours.
No, but like every instance that has happened with him, she has overreacted.
Yeah.
I mean,
from
to
like-
be fair though.
From like when they got back out of the first battle and they were like, she was wanting to hang out and he kind of was like, no, I don't want to. Like, okay, part of that was Okarun's fault, for sure. But at the same time, she's trying to act like the more mature one, but she's not.
I don't know if that's true. I would go back and say I would look at her and say she's completely justified in the fact that she's been upset. Because if you look at it from her perspective, and not just from, because the thing is, you get both perspectives. Obviously, Okarun didn't do anything wrong, so you're biased to agree with him, right? But the thing is, if you don't know that, if you just saw that, anybody would be upset. It does make sense.
Yeah, okay,
Like
okay.
I have to give her complete like discretion because
I mean,
there's
I get
no view. Like you're looking at it from that perspective of, yes, of course she's being over dramatic about things. Yeah, because she's kind of in the right to when you walk around and the guy you kind of like have kind of a thing for now is on top of the girl that you kind of hate. You're gonna have some type of
poking
way.
at him though, man. Like, you know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a child. They're in high school.
Like,
this is
it's
what's supposed to happen.
But it's almost like she doesn't want to admit that she does have feelings for this nerdy little kid.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just they haven't had the chance to yet. I don't think there's been enough time yet for them to like actually intermingle. You have to understand that high school kids are not just Riz masters. They're not just going out like, oh yeah, let's just smash now. No, it's like it's awkward.
Speak
It's
about
supposed
yourself,
to be,
brother.
It's supposed to be okay. Hold on, we're talking about high school students. Let's keep it.
I was a high school student, risen everything.
Fair enough,
Left
but I'm
and
just
right.
saying you're
Teachers,
you're
moms.
casual.
Dads.
All right, you're this exception. Okay,
Goddamn right I am.
yeah, you are different than all the other high school students, but it is awkward. It's supposed to be awkward.
Right,
They're
right.
supposed to be that way. I understand where the writing is coming from, and that's why I like this show so much. Is because I do think that these characters
Do you remind you of your high school?
No.
He's like, I wish I was Okarun.
No. God, no. That's Patrick. Hold on. Let's
Man's
relax
not even
here.
here to
Yeah.
defend himself.
No, I just like the
say that.
writing of the characters. I think
Talk
they're
about
really
Patrick,
well
he's
written.
married.
Like they have good backstories to them. They're interesting and they all play very well, especially the VAs. They do an amazing
They
job.
do. Oh yeah, no, I know.
That's why I like this show so much.
It's just the way that, like, certain things have gone about. Like I don't know. I guess I get where you're coming from. It kind of makes sense. I'm just like, should be a little bit smarter with these things or something. I don't know.
Yeah, at
Maybe.
16, you should be smarter, but that's not how anybody is. We're all idiots when we're 16, right?
That's fair, man.
So you gotta look at it from that view. Like, if they were adults doing this, I would be like, yeah, no, I'm not taking this seriously. Like, this is ridiculous.
Fair.
It's like Fire Force.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Ogeron was trying to explain. Like, she's like, so what actually happened? He explains it. And she's like, well, what were you doing behind there anyway? And then he didn't want to say at first. And then she started poking at him again.
Mhm.
And then he was like, well, I'm just trying to work out because I wanted it to be cool. And she was still making fun of, like, poking fun at him. That's what I mean, though.
No, she was making fun of the fact that he was hiding it. She was like, "Why are you hiding it?"
Well,
though?
yeah. Well, because he wanted it to be cool.
Because
wanted it to be a
he
surprise.
wanted to be cool, and that's the thing that she's making fun of. She's like, "You don't need to be cool." That's the joke. The joke is she's making fun of him. Yeah, like who are you trying to be cool for?
Just be nice to Oak.
Who are you trying
Well,
to be
she
cool
clearly
for?
knows.
She's trying to get. Well, obviously she clearly knows, but she wants him to admit it. He's not man enough to come out and admit it. Yeah, of course. Like, he's shy. He's a scared kid.
That's because he's been like
goddamn guidance counselor of feelings.
No,
Look at him.
hold on.
Holy.
Okeran's been like a closed. He's never had any friends. He's never even thought of the possibility of someone liking him or him liking someone.
Sure,
So this is like a big first for him, dude.
for sure.
That's what I mean. Like,
Okay.
and she knows that. She
She's-
should be a little bit more sensitive to the boy.
You're speaking from a 30. Yeah, I'm sorry that she's hurting your feelings right now. But like,
not at all.
No, but like the thing is,
This
we can swear now. No, I just think that like,
Can we? I just said this bitch.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
yeah,
It's
I was
been a
just
bit.
joking. It's been way longer than 10
Well,
minutes.
I don't know what
way
10 minutes
longer.
looks like anymore.
Um,
My dad.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but I think that ISA, it makes sense. She's teasing him. Why wouldn't she tease him? She's a 16-year-old girl. He's or 15, 16, somewhere in the high school era, some ballpark of that age.
If
I don't-
Patrick was here, he would say something.
He would say the exact age, and
Yeah.
you'd know the date and
And then
time
you'd
that
be
they
like,
were born, and you'd be
Actually, she's 50.
like, no, but like
Cooper,
that.
you should know that's your favorite age. That's what he would say. That's what he would say.
That's exactly what he would say.
You're not actually. Wow, how'd you embody him? That was weird.
He's feeding me lines.
No, but for a 15-year-old girl to tease a 15-year-old boy, it makes sense. And she obviously knows that I think she's starting to cue into it like now. Like, she's obviously starting to put pieces together like, oh, you're trying to be cool for me, that kind of thing.
You know,
right?
I will say she did have that moment when he did confess about it. Her eyes kind of opened up a little bit. She became a little bit more serious.
because I think
but-
because I think she's starting to realize like fully like, oh, like he actually, I think she maybe didn't fully know, but she had like some inclination, and now she's starting to piece together because she's trying to be cool and that kind of stuff.
right.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it makes complete sense. This episode was cute. Like Anil said, it was fun. But after that, what had happened?
Well, it went to ISA from there.
Yeah.
So ISA was in her class. People were surrounding her, like saying, "Are you okay?" Blah blah
No,
blah.
Ira.
Or sorry, yeah, Ira. ISA, Ira. They're like trying to like comfort her, blah blah blah. And then they started blaming Momo for shit, and it kind of got on. They were like, "Let's bully her." Didn't you like? There was that room that she was sleeping around, blah blah blah. Like, these kids were ready to like shit on Momo, man. Like,
Stuff that
and
would,
this is like
stuff that would make another kid commit
don't say it.
the
But-
other word.
but that is
Yes.
that is very realistic for high school. Like to spread rumors about
Teenagers
other
are
people.
terrible people.
Teenagers
Yeah.
are terrible people.
And then she was
100%.
like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't care."
Yeah.
Damn.
At first, she kind of like was letting it fester and do her thing, and then she finally admitted to them. She was like, "No, it's not her fault. I made up those false accusations. She did nothing wrong."
I made up.
That was a big
yeah.
character growth for her, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's really funny because there was a line in this episode where Momo's talking to Ira, and she actually says that. She actually comes out and she's like, "Where is this character growth coming from?" And it's like it actually is happening within like 3 episodes. Like you went from like knowing this character to them almost completely the other way now.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool that she did that. She admitted her wrongdoing.
Mm-hmm.
And people just kind of dropped it. They're
Yep.
like, okay. I'm like, good for you, Ira. You had some little
Yeah.
character growth moments.
It was
you know?
very nice.
It was
Yeah.
very nice.
And then after that, we find out that there's the alien
Yeah. So
pops out of
yeah.
nowhere.
So the
covered in white
clamshell
stuff.
dude, who turned into the shrimp master, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The punching dude.
Yeah. He
Salary man.
yeah. He was like, I need to get paid, and blah blah blah, and he was like, I need it for
My son.
And he passed out, wakes back up, bandaged in a bed. Momo and Ira basically took care of him.
Yep.
And then when he wakes up, he sees Seiko with the bat.
Yep.
And the other three just chilling, like, what the hell's wrong with you? What are you doing? Why are you here? And he was about to fight them again. And then he sees the food and he's like, nope, you guys are awesome. I'm so sorry I did this to you guys.
Yep.
Like,
and then it goes into his backstory. He gives his entire backstory.
Yeah.
Like we just learned about this character. We didn't even know this character had a backstory, and they just were like, hey, here's a whole story about him and his family.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of this episode.
I'm the weakest part of my alien race.
Yep.
I can't make money.
Yeah.
My son's gonna die.
My son's gonna die.
If he was the weakest and they had trouble with him, it makes me wonder what the others are like.
Yeah.
Might be stronger.
Yeah.
I need a good job so I
stronger.
can keep my family alive. I'm gonna be homeless.
Yep.
And,
And,
then they're like,
and they're like, oh my goodness. And then
did I give you my dong? That's what he says.
Yeah,
That's what
Okran even offered up his
weenie.
his weenie. I was like, oh, and then we can just get it back. We just need to help him out. Like, I feel bad, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, don't do that. And like the clamshell dude was all sad again. And then he was like, my son bleeds when he poops or something like that.
When he poops.
So when he goes to the bathroom.
So he's getting constant blood transfusions.
Which is expensive in their planet.
Expensive. And
because he also exclaimed that that's how his wife
That's how his wife passed. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling sad for this little.
I know.
alien guy.
Well, yeah. You start to get emotional. You're like, dude,
And
this
then
dude's life
He
sucks.
tries to run away, and then Seiko comes like, your bandages stink.
They smell. What's that smell? She's like, it smells like milk.
It smells like milk.
And then she was like, drink this, and it like rejuvenated him.
Yeah,
and
he's
she
like,
was like,
It's kind of thin.
yeah.
She's like, you just need the pure stuff, huh?
Yeah, you just need the.
She's like, I'll just talk to my farmer friend
unpasteurized.
and give you a cow that you can take home.
And that's why aliens steal cows.
Which I thought was really funny.
It's their lifeblood.
I thought that was really cool. And the scene where they animated the UFO,
Sucking up the
taking
cow.
off.
it looked so good.
It was really
It
good.
looked really cool. I loved that scene. And I was like, this is funny. It's light. It's humorous. I really enjoyed this episode.
I really liked how they got those like the purple star galaxies thing on the back of the ship,
Yeah.
just like rotating through. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, dude.
All the little effects when they were like, he was like,
With
oh,
the eyes and stuff.
yeah, and then he was like, okay, I'll see you later. Like, if you need anything, let me know. I'll help you guys. You have an ally
And
now.
they're like, get out of here.
Yeah, and then he just like, and then the warp speed takeoff thing was really freaking cool.
It was really cool, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta give them credit for that scene because it was animated beautifully.
Yeah, and they were like to Seiko, like, see, the aliens exist. They're like, oh, it still looks like a Kappa to me. And Oren was like, well, there's a theory that Kappas are aliens. And like, how do you not believe in aliens now? You just saw with your own eyes flying to space, man. Like, what the hell? You believe in ghosts but not aliens still, you psycho grandmother?
I love her.
Good God.
Leave her alone.
And then after that, they start begging for their uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, well, I'll buy you.
I'll buy
two
Okuran
uniforms.
and Ira. And Momo's like,
What? What about me,
Huh?
dog?
Because she's like, I have a feeling about you of wanting to explain adult income. Or
Yeah.
some shit like that. I was
because before she goes to Ira and was it Ira or Okuran?
Yeah, Ira.
She's like, this is where we exploit older people for their money and
adult income.
yeah. And so Ira and Okuran are getting new
uniforms.
by
She has to
Ira.
impersonate some TV show that
Hibiyosho
Granny
Abe.
likes.
Yeah.
And then that's when you see a new character arise come in.
Her first childhood friend.
Love.
And her
Gigi.
first love. And Okuran's like, what?
Yeah, a square rectangle of love.
Okuran's like, yo, he's taller and better looking.
Yup. 100%.
So yeah, so I'm assuming that's going to be our fourth character.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think
so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Our fourth
Well, he
character.
was in the end credits and in the opening credits. So
Well, I saw a dude character. I just couldn't tell if it was him because
it is him.
Okay.
Yeah, like in the end, he's in the end credits and in the opening
Oh,
credits.
okay.
So now we went from a love triangle to a love square.
Love square. You think we're gonna get a love pentagon?
Might be.
Ooh.
I don't know. Seiko. Joking. I'm joking.
Yeah?
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Chill.
Good
Relax.
Lord.
Yeah. No. This episode, I from front to back, I'd give it solid 4+4.
You
Solid
give it an 8. Oh,
Ah.
wow.
No, I give it an 8.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was a good
7 for
episode.
me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 7.5, 8. 7.5.
10.5.
A lot of happenings.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot happening.
I just really enjoyed the I guess the banter between the characters because it felt very real, and like I said, I just like these characters. So the more they build on them and the more interactions
The writing
I get to
is
see
done
them,
really well.
yeah, I do enjoy that. I do enjoy just them talking because it's enjoyable the way they've written them and the way the VAs voice them.
Right.
So.
I was kind of hoping they would go into a little bit more of like Iris thing and her activating acrobatic Silky.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, but maybe we'll get that in other episodes.
Maybe we'll get a flashback episode.
In the upcomings, it's going to be pretty sad.
Okay.
I've heard there's some good stuff coming as well by the end of this season. So, and we only have what is it? 2 more episodes? 3 more? No, that was episode 9, I believe.
I think there's 24.
No, this is a 12, isn't it? This is a 12.
I think
for
it
sure.
was a 12.
I know Diamond's going to be longer.
Yeah, that makes sense because after they introduce this guy,
yeah, they're going to end off probably introducing this
12
character.
episodes.
12 episodes, right? And I think the last episode was episode 9, if my memory serves me right.
Yeah, this was 10.
This was 10.
I think so.
It's 9 or 10. It'll be in the thumbnail, so you'll be able to decipher which episode we are talking about.
Word.
But yeah,
Let's get on to Bleach. This was a wild fight episode.
This was a continuation.
A continuation with
This was a continuation
Mayuri.
continuation of Baby Hold Your Hand. This was Baby Hold Your Hand
Kutsugiri.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Yes.
And it was not as gross, but still slightly gross.
There are a little bit of shock factors.
Yeah, there was definitely some shock factors. I would say just like on a...
They made it more graphic in here than they did it in the manga.
Yes. Yeah. 100%
It was
they did.
brutal.
Yes.
It was
I
a
like
brutal episode. I will say that. Like,
I love it.
They really throw your heartstrings just everywhere. Like, they just say, you know what? Emotions? Ha. Ha. That's funny. You got those? Ha.
Pretty much.
Guess we're going to stomp on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So you continue the fight with Pernita, the right-handed god, left-handed god. Thank you. And him evolving a little bit more.
Well, he was inside the baby, as we found out in the last fight. He ends up
Jinzo
breaking...
Kujiguchi.
Yeah, whatever.
Ashijiyoshi.
Yes.
And it punches its way out, or fingers.
It exploded it.
Yeah, exploded it. It just came. It was guts everywhere, like actual like baby guts, just all
gross.
over. It was gross. It was really gross.
Anything with him is usually pretty disgusting.
And then he was missing 2 fingers, and I found this funny. He was still able to hold the bow with just 3 fingers, even though he was missing his middle finger, or what was it? I think it was his pointer finger and his ring finger. It was
middle finger was missing, pinky was missing, and he was holding it like this.
Yeah, he's holding it like this, and very interesting bow tactic. But yeah, he then has his bow because he says he's a Quincy.
A Quincy. Which Kuratsuchi found hilarious because he's like, it's funny that the Soul King's arm thinks of itself as a Quincy.
Yep.
And not a Soul Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're an idiot.
Yep.
Laughed and went at him.
Yep.
It was crazy.
He just made fun of him.
He lost an arm.
He did lose an arm.
Lost an arm. And then Nemu got involved.
Nemu gets involved. And we find
Nemori? Neri?
No, Nemu.
Nemu.
Is it Nemu?
Yeah.
Is Nemori
Nemori
number
Nagao.
7, right?
Almost 7.
Yeah.
That's what she was.
Yeah, but she's Nemu, is what Mayuri calls her.
She saves his ass.
Yep. She just like rocket jumps. Like she blows up I was just like, where did you get like Kenpachi's like jumping power just out of nowhere?
And then
gives him the little arm regrow thing.
Yeah, grows back his arm, and then he tries to go back for the fight, but
he kind of shits on her because he's like, I didn't order you to do this. Why the hell are you doing this?
Trying to give her the pimp hand.
100%.
Yeah, he's like, did you just
Wayne
step
Brady
out of
that,
line?
yeah.
Does Wayne Brady have to choke a bitch? Does Mayuri Kutsuori have to choke a bitch?
No, he was about to. He was like really close to. You could see it. He was just like, you know what? We have guests we're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
We are not going to do this now. But when we get home,
yeah,
fuck you up.
Yeah, so he quickly like formulates a plan with her to like stop this thing from evolving.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to do with some sort of like blood clot thing that he made to like stop
it was some
the nerves.
kind of healing thing, or some kind of thing that it was a nerve agent he was spraying around.
Yeah.
And then
because he figured out like the arrows that this dude is shooting is connected to his nerves as well.
Yeah. So he's doing
it was a very scientific episode.
Yeah.
He was doing an anesthesia.
It went over my head.
Then he did an anesthesia to stop the nerves from moving, and then Nemu had a thing that would be a coagulating agent for the nerves.
Yeah.
That would coagulate the blood, and he would basically die from the inside out because the cells will stop growing.
Yes.
So then that happens, and two of the hands die, I think?
Two of the hands did die,
And then it starts absorbing Kenpachi's nerves because it starts evolving into Kenpachi because it's absorbed his nerve endings.
And he was like, this is going to be trouble, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And as he's like, Kuratsuchi is in trouble. Like, Nemo's seen this.
The hand grew bigger because of
And
Kenpachi.
then we get a little bit of flashback happen with Nemu.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn that she is a created being.
Another backstory.
Artificial soul.
An artificial soul that he had made. Something that Urahara Kisuke failed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
And they go over how they did 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and 5, and how each of them went along and where their failures were.
And 6 lived up to be 2 years of age, but then deteriorated as well. And so when number 7 came out, which is the Nemo that we have now, she was his success.
Yep. Because she kept growing.
Kept learning.
Yep.
And we see her side of things. She thought, Captain was upset with her because she wasn't calling her by her full name. It was just like Nemu, not Nemori number 7.
Yeah.
She thought she did something wrong, and she was asking his lieutenant, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Or his second in command or whatever.
Yeah, basically his lieutenant.
Like, why is he upset with me? Did I do something wrong? If I had not learned these things, would he have silly? And she was like, look, the only thing I can speculate with you is no. Like, he was very proud of what you were doing.
Yep.
Which is why he's calling you by another name.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me realize, like, he wanted to humanize her despite doing the order things. Like, that's why he'd stop calling her by the numbers.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just a number anymore.
Yeah. That was an actual being. Because he had actually created something that lives and grows, which is...
And evolves.
Yeah. And then she dies.
Well, skipped right past her badass moments. And
then she dies.
True. She comes in. She says, "I'm going to use 6% of my life," and then she goes, "Boom!"
She obliterated one hand, saving him first off.
Literally obliterated the hand.
Like, it blew it to
and
pieces.
then it goes to, and then right after she blows it to pieces, there's a mid-credit scene, and then it comes back and it shows a cooler version of that, and then
she does like a Hadoken.
She does it in a Hadoken, and then Anil hit it.
She dies.
God damn it.
That is legitimately how it goes.
It is. Yeah. But it's as she's falling, the nerves come back into her and it explodes her from the inside out.
And it's like not even, they don't even give it a second.
No. And she dies.
She just like, pop.
Yeah, she looks at,
pops like a balloon.
She looks at
Mary,
and Mary looks back at her. And then you see it from Mayori's perspective. She smiles and then she explodes. And he's like, what the hell? And he goes into a little bit of despair.
Yeah. He's on the floor. He's like, oh my goodness. He's like in his head. And then flashback? Not a flashback. Like what do you call it?
Espada number 10.
Yeah, he's basically like what that scientist would be saying to him.
Yeah. So he has like a vision. That's what a vision of Espada number whatever it was. The scientist
Espada.
The scientist Espada who he fought.
Maybe at number 8.
Basically just mocking him. He's just talking down to him. He's just like, you should be happy right now. You're a scientist. You told me that anything that's perfect is actually a failure, because if it's imperfect, that means you can make it perfect.
Yes.
And he's just like, look, why are you even down? Like you are lower than you were. This is the lowest point you've ever been at. And then he just pops back up and he's like, you know what? You right.
He crushes his face.
Yeah, he crushes his face and he's like, you know what? You're right.
He was like, thank you for reminding me of what I am.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me of what I am. And he then becomes full dark scientist mode and goes ham on the left hand.
Yeah.
He went hard.
He went hard. He was just like, all right, you know what? No holds barred. I'm just going crazy. We're just throwing everything at you. And he basically kills it very quickly.
Sisal Opero Grounds was that one.
Sisal Opero
Took me a
Grounds.
minute.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
That was the Espada, by the way. And yeah, after that,
He took her brain, the cerebium.
Out of the mouth of the
because it was eating.
Yeah,
Maori. Because it wanted to evolve.
Yeah, that was weird. Because
And he was like, "Yeah, keep eating her, but I'm taking this back."
You know what was the weird part? The weird part was like it's not like he went like munched it or anything, or like they closed. No, it was like a tongue that came out and like licked up all of her.
It was
and
gross.
Like, and
you saw like entrails and like intestines.
Oh yeah,
you saw the brain.
Yeah. No, and the brain. Yeah, he just grips the brain like, oh, that's mine.
Yeah,
It's like a basketball.
Yeah, Maori ended up saving that. He's like, "I need this." I was like, "Okay."
And then he explains that in her body, he put like some kind of scientific poison that I'm not even gonna try to explain because I'm not a scientist,
what it does,
man.
It grows out the cells. Cells keep growing, and then he put that into her brain, and then put another thing that into her brain that stops the cell division.
Yeah,
so she can keep growing at a normal pace.
But
without the brain, he can't. The Pernita can't do that. So it basically grows until it explodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of explosion. A lot of explosion bodied.
Yes.
Bodies exploding.
Yep.
Yes.
Explosion bodies. India has messed me up.
Yeah, and so he continues to walk on, but then falls because his feet get twisted. I guess he did get zapped by Pernita.
And then a couple people from Squad.
Ikaku and what was the other dude's name?
I can't remember.
The guy who thinks everything is beautiful.
Yes. Or that he's beauty.
The femboy.
End up grabbing him and taking him to these life pods, these life restoration pods.
Yep.
And he was like, "Yep, just put me in here and close the damn door. You put friggin'..."
Well, hold on. They have to take 2 people out.
Rangiku
and Hitsugaya are now back from being zombies. But he did explain that it did take a significant amount of their life force away.
Yeah.
So they have a shorter lifespan now because of that.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
So
they walk out. Hitsugaya thanks Maori.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're putting him in, he was like, "You can put Kenpachi in one of them too." They thank him for saving his cat. He's like, "Ugh, many thanks.
Yeah.
I don't need this. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't want this."
Yep.
And they close it on him, close it on Kenpachi. And he sees the liquid piling up. And he's got the brain with him too.
Yeah, he does have the brain.
The brain is with him as well.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of submerges. And it ends with
and
Nemu.
He still takes a dig at Kisuke.
He does.
Yeah,
he's like, "I did something you couldn't, you stupid bitch."
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, "I wish I could see your face."
Yeah. He's like, "I'm better than you. I'm way better than you."
Better than you.
And
it ends with him floating in water and a full figure Nemu that's butt naked.
Yep.
Looking down on him.
She got cheeks.
She got cheeks. Yep. Absolutely.
She got cheeks.
She has
so
cheeks.
that's how it went, and it was a really good episode.
And then after that, though,
the end credits.
Right, we did have the end credit.
You see the other Stern Ritters, the zombie ones.
Yeah.
The zombie one and the one with the big mouth.
Yeah.
They're in the palace fighting other Quincy's.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought they'd taken them out, but then they get the weird eyeball black shadow thing as well.
Yep.
And then it goes to the third in command now, I guess, or second in command.
Second in command.
I can't even remember his name.
Oshvaltz.
Oshvaltz.
It's the blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude.
Yeah.
Just
Oshvaltz.
Oshvaltz is his name.
Oshvaltz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got his people trying. He's like, "Okay, you guys take off and go find them," and then they all get blasted. Baz B shows up, and I'm like, "Oh, there's gonna be a fight."
There's gonna be a fight.
It's a sad fight.
It's a sad fight. Is it a love fight? Are they gonna make love at the end of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. I've been waiting for this.
Get
But
hard.
We'll give it to you.
honestly, this episode, I will give a solid. I'm gonna give it a solid 4.5 plus 4.5.
So 9.
So 9.
Could have just said 5 plus 4.
I'll do it at 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8.5.
Interesting.
8.5. It wasn't a 9, but
No?
it was 8.5.
I'll give you that.
I give it a 9.
I think
I give it a
I think my bias wants to bring me up, and honestly, but like it was a good fight. Like I liked every part of it. It was emotional. The story was good. The animation
That's a big
was good.
part of it, and this is the first time we really see Maori push to his limits to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
He was actually doing things.
Yep.
Where it's normally like, "Oh, science."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Science.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the only other time we've seen him fight was when the Soul Society arc.
Yeah.
When Uryu fought him and
Yep.
busted out and sacrificed his power to gain ultimate power to fight him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he pulled out
Ashijozi.
the
baby
in the
again.
big baby form, and Uryu ended up wiping that out.
Yeah. Yeah. And then,
But even then, he didn't really fight. He just kind of stood there.
yeah, I don't think they wanted to flesh out that character yet, but I feel like they really fleshed out that character in this season.
Yeah.
Where there's just so much more backstory on him now, and I kind of understand him a lot more, and what his power level is, like where he really stands. Like he is very strong. I
Very
understand
strong,
why he's
very
a captain.
smart.
Very smart, and it's very unique because it's not just a new power.
No.
The new powers are cool that he has, but it's all of the scientific stuff. Like he's really just using his brain, which is cool. I thought that was a very cool way of doing his powers. So I appreciated that. I think the backstory with Nemu was very cool. I liked it. I loved how they just like stomped out. They just pulled your heart out and then just threw it on the ground and stomped on it. And then they give you that little cute end credit with Nemu floating. So,
Yeah, it was basically his child.
yeah, exactly.
He wanted to be a dad, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think he didn't want to be a dad. I think he was going for something else, but he gained a
what he was going
fondness.
for was to make fun of Urahara Kisuke
Exactly.
because he couldn't create a proper
No.
oversoul
Yeah.
or whatever. What do they call it again?
Artificial soul.
Artificial soul,
like mod
yeah.
soul type deal.
Yeah.
Like Bacone
Yeah.
type deal, right? Like
Exactly.
those things couldn't happen. So yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was good too, man.
Yeah, it was a good
It was
episode.
dope.
And yeah, so what did we have anything else to talk about for today?
Just one last little thing that Anil brought up. Well, Sakamoto Days dropped their trailer.
Mhm.
Looks pretty damn good. That's coming out next year.
I've heard the name. I don't know anything.
This is your thing. You can
It's
explain it.
it's an anime that's coming out next year about an ex-hitman, an assassin who retired because he fell in love with a girl
Okay.
and now runs
They
a
have
Ninja
convenience store.
Kamui.
Has one kid.
Has
Oh,
one
so
kid.
Ninja Kamui.
No. Way better than that.
Yeah, but from what I've been hearing, it's
Yeah, I've
pretty
heard
damn
it's
good.
supposed to be good. No, but I mean, it was just kind of similar plot
Yeah.
lines where it's
But it
Well, his wife wasn't a assassin though.
no, the
Oh,
wife.
in Sakamoto Days.
Yeah,
she
Oh,
was like-
he married out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ah, I
Like
see.
what was she, a store clerk or something?
she was just a random. I think so.
Just a rando
I
girl.
think she was a store clerk
Yeah.
and he fell in love with her. And he was like, I don't want to be an assassin anymore.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that seems cool.
and
I
then
know
she was like, she knew that he was an assassin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's like, if you kill anyone, divorced.
Yes.
And he's like, okay,
Oh
I'm sorry,
my.
I won't kill anyone.
Well,
so
I did,
anytime he's getting attacked in the store and stuff, it's all non-lethal.
okay, so he's going like the non-lethal. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that is definitely one we should keep our eyes out for.
Yeah. I think
there-
we're going to add Sakamoto Days to our
yeah,
lineup for
I was
watch
gonna
next
say
year.
like we're coming up pretty close to January, and I know we're not going to be doing a pod in that on Christmas, obviously.
Yes.
Because it lands on right in the worst time. So next week I think is our last week. Is
Might
it? Or is it the week after?
be
I think it's the
well,
week after.
Yeah, because we're on the 7th, so 14th. No, 21st. I won't be here. Are you guys doing one?
where are you going?
I'm in San Diego.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
in San Diego for that time. I don't know if you guys are doing a pre-Christmas pod, but I will not be here. So my last one will be next week. So I say we got to start discussing what we are going to be talking about. There's also, I believe,
Maybe the 21st would be the last
I
one?
think the Game Awards is pretty soon.
Within
Isn't it?
that realm, right? Okay. So, yeah, I guess the 21st would be our last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we just take a little break.
So next week is going to be my last one. So I say we talk about what we're going to be watching next week for the next year. Because we have a full, there is a
Yeah, we
list
talk
already.
about that for Sakamoto Days and stuff like that. Lazarus is coming out.
There's a lot of animes that have released trailers recently. Fire Force, one of them.
Yeah, Fire Force come back.
So
Yeah.
we have a lot to talk about on the next one.
Yes.
So it will be a very big pod next week.
I think so.
We'll discuss a lot of things. I think Game Awards it should be announced.
It's pretty soon. Like
Wasn't it
sometime
December?
this
Like
month. I'll find out the
sometime
actual-
this month that it should be coming out. So we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Please stay tuned.
Oh,
Of course,
last thing.
Go ahead.
Pokemon TV is now on YouTube. Anil told me this.
Yes.
So you can watch all Pokemon stuff, some of the journeys, the legends, whatever it's
Mhm,
called.
mhm.
The
Red
Johto
vs.
stuff,
Blue
the Indigo.
anime series, which is actually really good.
See, I never cared for the Pokemon anime.
If you watch the Red vs. Blue, you'll be like, this is fire because they go hard.
No, I
with the
watched like
animation.
everything.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it when I was a kid, and after that, I've tried to go back and rewatch like some of it, and
Wasn't
I'm just like,
Red vs. Blue like more recent though?
Yeah.
Like a few years ago?
oh wait, you're talking about the newest. Oh right,
Like-
the one you guys were talking
like
about. I
Red
remember
versus
this.
Blue, like from the
yeah,
games. They
yeah,
made an anime based off that. And
Yeah. Okay, I didn't watch that
I
one.
think they kind of touch on Blue's Raticate actually dying.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I know you guys were talking about it. Now that's coming back to me. I was thinking about the journey because Journeys. What was when was Journeys released?
I think like 2015.
2015.
Yeah,
I think
and
that's
then-
the last one that I would have watched.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because after that I was
Yeah, I
just like,
think theirs is called like Pokemon Legends or something like that.
Pokemon Legends. Okay.
Legend or something. I can't. I'm not 100% sure. I have to
Well,
check
hey,
it out. But
it's all out on
True.
YouTube, so go watch it there. But yeah, please comment, like, subscribe. Like we've been telling you, we have this giveaway going on for these pops, and if you want to win them, please comment down below. We love you guys. We will see you in the next one. Sack Squad.
out.
Out.
Peace.